How's everybody doing? We're back. We're live. It's Sunday, January 7th, 10:02. That means I'm on time. I'm on time, right? I'm not light. I'm not light. Don is in the chat. But Don can be in more than one place at one time. We're gonna bring Don out here in just a second. Kevin, how you doing, my friend? And hello to you too. He says, "Welcome, come in and kick back." All right, I got all my buttons all twisted up, but I'll get everything all figured out because, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring out my co-host, my actual co-host for the evening, which is Don Chen. Don, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy. Thanks for inviting me on again.
Thanks so much for being here, dude. Oh, look, there's too many buttons. I had to find myself.
It's hard. People, when you first start using StreamYard, the first couple months are very stressful because you have no idea what you're doing. But and then when you're trying to host and just if you have a bunch of guests, it's kind of like juggling cats.
It's kind of like juggling. Like if you can imagine you were juggling 3 cats and someone handed you another cat.
Yeah, I mean you're not just doing all the computer stuff. You're actually you have multiple cameras and you're drawing and you're like an octopus. You're like Dr. Octopus.
Dr. Octopus. Oh man. Well, let me see who's in the room. Nick, how you doing, my friend?
Hey Nick. Nick
Awesome,
Gear,
awesome.
Good guy. I saw that jam piece that he had you work on. That was pretty cool.
That came out sweet, didn't it? That was a home run. That was a home run, Nick.
Right?
What's that now?
I think Kat did something on that piece, didn't she?
Yeah, Kat actually drew Nira X into the background, and I drew Zen into the background.
Sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was great, and everybody else in that piece, they all brought their A game. It was that's a piece that's like.
Who else was on that? Was Nexus on there?
I think I saw Nexus on there. I definitely saw the Tin Soldier on there. He's front and center, of course. Nick is going to make him front and center. And
Nick, are you going to publish that or color it, or is it going to?
That'd be amazing if it was. I think there's too many different characters and creators for a publication. You think?
Just got to grease the palms.
Got to grease the palms.
He knows how to grease some palms.
So Kevin says a co-host, so he gets half the blame for technical issues. Now our pilot of the ship, as it were, Steve Stern, he's actually out today. He's got a little bit of a cold. We wish him well. Hope he gets better soon. He's got all the Robitussin and chicken soup. Yeah.
Get well soon, Steve, and don't mix Robitussin and chicken soup together.
No, don't dip the chicken in the tussin. Don't be doing that.
Hey, McDonald's they could serve McNuggets when you're sick, and you can have dipping sauces that are like NyQuil and.
Someone's going to have to give you a nickel for every one that they sell. If somebody actually, it's like I think Don came up with that idea first.
Hey, Ken.
Ken, what's up, my friend? Kevin is saying, hey there. And let's see. Nick says, I'm going to have it colored up, but couldn't publish it. Yeah, I kind of figured, but it's such a cool piece to have. And there's nothing, I don't think there's anything preventing anybody from giving away a free print along with the thing that you might buy. If you buy a book, you get a free print kind of situation.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not suggesting that that's a loophole of any kind, but
I think it would be a good incentive.
It would be a great incentive. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, very nice.
Let's see. To get me an invite to join a crossover comic that might also feature Nira X and Zen. I need to find out about this crossover comic. What's Steve been doing?
I was going to ask you, Bill, is this the first, no pun intended, is this the first comic book you've done for First, or have you done other work for First?
I've done some other work already, for First.
Okay.
And just because of Steve. I've been working for Steve. Actually, I've been working for Steve for quite a long time. We reconnected probably in 2000, I guess. and then just be either between First Comics projects or storyboard projects. Steve and I have been working on something like basically the whole time.
And it's the same. It's not the same owners as the original First comic, but it's the same logo and imprint, right? I mean,
I know. I think our man in charge, Kevin Levin, I think he is the original.
One of the founders of First.
He is the man. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Nice.
I hope he's not watching. He's like, "What? You don't know? Right off the top of your head, you're fired. Get rid of this kid."
Hey, Greg.
Kevin doesn't really know about your dipping sauce idea, by the way. Just so you know.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Gregory. Thanks for being here, man. Let's see. Nyx is currently being drawn by Alan Goldman.
Ooh.
All right.
I've seen his work.
Oh, okay. I got you. It's a War of the Independents. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense to me now.
Who's publishing that? Do you know?
Dave Ryan's. Is it Anvil Comics? Is that correct? You have to let me know if that's correct. Make me feel bad.
I thought they did that already. Is it still being worked on?
It's kind of an ongoing thing. There's more than one issue. There's
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But coming along slowly, because like for the longest time I thought there was only one issue also, and then I saw that there was a second and a third. But it's over a long time that I've been seeing them. So
it's kind of like a
awesome, cool,
Secret Wars, but for all the indie characters, huh?
Yeah. It's like that. That's one of the reasons when Shocker Toys. Do you remember Shocker Toys?
I've heard of them. I never ran into that guy, but a lot of people. I've read stories about how.
Oh yeah.
How kind of very he was.
Yeah, it was kind of juicy. I guess it's kind of a good thing that they never reached the Nera X action figures or the Zen action figures. But the idea is sound. The idea of a company taking on all of these independent characters that wouldn't be able to produce toys on their own, right?
Right.
And being under the same umbrella, I think would be fantastic. If anybody was Red Anvil. Thank you. I knew the word anvil was in there. That's
the name of the company?
Yeah, Red Anvil. That's his comic book imprint. Yeah, Dave Ryan.
Okay.
Dave's a great guy. He's really cool. Sometimes actually a lot of times people mispronounce or misinterpret Entity Comics, and if they're trying to remember it from back in the day, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you did Zen and Nera for Eternity Comics."
That's true. Yeah.
I get that a lot. Yeah, I get that a lot. Let's see. Nick says 5 and 6 are almost done. Wow, 5 and 6, and then there will be a trade paperback that includes the last issue. The last issue. So that's a final issue. That was the plan.
Yeah. Nick,
that's pretty cool.
Is that book crowdfunded or is it distributed through comic book store?
Yeah.
Or do you just buy direct from Red Anvil? I'd like to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kevin would definitely like to see a posable Nera figure, and I've got my eyes open. There was a couple of people that I talked to over the years about doing a Nera statue, kind of like the same kind of quality, like an anime type statue, like one of with that plastic PVC kind of material, and it was just like really sharp, like real anime, real mecha, real.
Yeah.
But it's like the situation is I would have to partner with whoever we're doing it with. It's not like a money up front kind of situation. It's more like a partnership, more like a product going back and forth as opposed to probably cash.
Yeah. Would it be like a 3D printed thing, or would it be
nowadays
more mass-produced?
Nowadays it probably would be. It might be something that's 3D printed. Just because a lot of smaller companies or those smaller artists, I may even contact like individual artisans that it's just like, okay, like if you produce a certain amount of product or a certain amount of figures that, you could sell as many as you want for, a certain amount of time. And I get like a certain amount of product that I could take to shows and things like that.
That's a good idea.
I could sell them. Yeah. It's just it's a partnership. It's really just it feels like barter is as opposed to just going to Sideshow Collectibles and
Yeah.
putting down some money for
So-
promotion.
So Bill, I know Kevin. He always comments on your Facebook posts.
Mhm.
He must be a big fan and supporter of you, right?
He is a big supporter and a good friend. I actually met him. Most people that I've known for a long time in comics, most of them I think I've met through San Diego Comic-Con. I met Kevin before San Diego Comic-Con. I actually met him at a comic shop in southern San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
he
goes
just
way
happened-
back.
He goes way back. Yeah, it's like 1991, something like that. So it's but yeah, there's a local comic shop that was the closest one to where we were living at the time in National City in San Diego, and that's where I met Kevin. Yeah,
I see. So
and,
Kevin is probably aware that you did have a posable Nero with Lightning, right? Lightning.
oh yeah, he's definitely aware. Yep. You know all about it, Kevin.
I still have some of those in my garage. Some of them are signed by you. I think I have a glow in the dark one.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that
You
was
still have
that
like
was
one of each.
Yeah,
You
that was a
still
big
have-
moment. Yeah,
you
I
still
still have
have
a
at least-
couple. I have like a silver one, and I have a glow in the dark one, and I've got the they used to come in small cases of like 6 or 9 figures to a case. So I kept one little case, and I think I pulled like maybe 2 of them out, but I kept the little case and I have it tucked away somewhere.
Sweet. Didn't they do like a little manga one too?
They did, yeah, they did. I forgot who it was that they got. I think it might have been Cleary. Do you remember an artist named Cleary? He had kind of a. I think I want to say that he's the one that they got to design the manga head, but it was the same body, same everything else was retooled around that. But that was like a short run, and then we were producing figures through Avatar Press and through their they had a subcategory or a subdivision called rendition figures, and that's when we were doing a lot of characters through there. Yeah,
we did the Nero X Helena crossover with Lightning.
Yeah,
those guys
yeah.
did a lot. Those guys are pretty cool. I've heard from them every once in a while. I think they're like in investing or real estate or something. Or
Oh, really? Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty successful. I think they not in comics anymore, but
Right, right.
the
Well, everybody has-
Kowski brothers.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep.
Steve and
Joe.
Joseph. Yeah. I believe so.
Joseph.
Yeah. I think so. Gregory
Nice.
says he's doing something similar with a trading card game. So yeah, I totally understand that. It's like everybody's
Sweet.
budgets are different. Yeah, it's a different world we live in right now. So can't just walk into a factory and start making stuff. Let's see. Ken says when they mispronounce entity, I thought you were going to say the Jawa entity. Zucchini. Nick, I believe it was crowdfunded and then distributed through Diamond. But that's cool that it was still distributed through Diamond. It was like went to the direct market. That's pretty cool. Ken says, I would love a Nero statue. The plastic stands up great. Yeah, it does. I've got quite a few anime figures and statues like Ghost in the Shell statues and stuff like that. They hold up really good. I love them. You feel old, Kevin? I just remember the inaction figure. She had shoulder joints. She had hip joints. Oh my gosh. Nick says, Bill, I just sent you a cover to issue 3 of Tin Soldier. It's a crossover cover. I can't believe I got permission to do. Oh, I'll have to take a look. I'm too afraid to hit too many buttons on my screen right now. Let me see. I'll end up
has some,
shutting off the broadcast.
He's got some connections. I think he had like a Ninja Turtle cover, or at least the pinup with the Ninja Turtles with the Tin Soldier.
That's pretty sweet, dude.
Yeah.
You're checking off some boxes, man. You're checking off some
I know
boxes.
he's got the connections.
I tell you what, while we're chatting, while we're talking, I'll switch my camera to face down at my sketch paper, because when we do finish up the episode, I'll still do the little art giveaway in memory of Steve.
Memory of
Steve's chicken
Steve.
soup.
Steve, yes, I hope you get better. So are you going to draw what we kind of discussed in the green room?
Yeah, I think so. That was too funny. That was too funny.
Okay, so
I'll start drawing, and we'll see if anybody kind of figures out who it is I'm drawing.
and Nicholas, every time I hear he wins these contests more than anybody else. Is he the reigning original freebie artwork champion?
I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track. I know Kevin might be keeping track for me. My friends keep me straight.
Okay. So
maybe Chet's in the chat back there somewhere. He always keeps me straight too.
So guys, this is a famous character from another country, not from the United States. Although the United States has dabbled with some of this character, but he's mainly known from another country.
I like how you're dancing around it.
I mean, I could tell already. If you guys, you guys don't know what he's. There we go. It'll become. I don't know how you pull this stuff out of your head without reference. You're amazing, but he is very popular right now. He's got a movie in the theaters and also a series on TV, which has been a long time coming. Have you watched this series yet?
I haven't. No. It's on my list. Yeah, I keep on hearing such good things about it. I'm actually kind of. I'm pretty excited.
I've been watching we've got guys answering. Yeah, they can tell it's Godzilla. And so Godzilla's in Monarch, which is on Apple TV. I watched I think all but the last episode, but I think what makes it fun is that they brought Kurt Russell into it. So he's
cool. He's
one of the main stars, and then his son Wyatt plays him when he was in World War II or around that, the 50s.
Yeah.
And so they go back and forth between modern day and current day, and so they kind of show in the old, the 50s, how they nuked Godzilla. And kind of how they created him. And now it's taken them a few episodes to finally reveal Godzilla, but he hasn't gone on any big rampages. Well, he destroyed San Francisco, but that was many years ago. And now he's kind of come back again, like in the middle of a desert. So it's getting really good.
I keep on. I mean, and it's actually exciting hearing such good things about any TV show right now, just because I feel like every time I go through my YouTube, subscriptions or whatever, every time I go down the line, it's always somebody really, really complaining about how bad a movie is, or how, it's not up to snuff. And with most of those and it's not like it's without merit. It's, you listen to their critiques and listen to their reviews, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's like that actually makes a lot of sense while you're complaining about it. So it's nice to hear just something. I've heard nothing but good things about Godzilla.
I think I'm gonna go see Godzilla -1 with my grandson on Tuesday. Everybody says it's pretty good.
Cool.
I think it's doing well. It's like it's a Japanese movie, but I don't know if they subtitled it or if they dubbed it, but it's supposedly doing some of the best box office for a foreign Japanese film in the United States. But I grew up watching. Did you guys have Creature Features where you lived, Bill? That TV show with
we would have not on the main, back when we had the 3 channels. Do you remember the 3 channels?
Yeah.
But we had 3 channels, and then we had 2 local channels, and on one of the local channels they had Creature Features, or on the weekend they would have some kind of monster something or other, it's some kind of special thing where that creature from the Black Lagoon, or You know, like
like
just
a Swenguli, but not Swenguli, kind of it might be like local to your area, but Creature
right,
Features
right.
was what was here in like Northern California,
Uh-huh.
and I think it was every Saturday night. This guy named Bob Wilkins would come on, and
Uh-huh.
he'd smoke a cigar. He looked like a real cool dude, and he would
Yeah.
play Godzilla movies, and I loved him. Whenever he was going to do a Godzilla movie, I would just stay up. And do you remember the one where he has a son, and the son is like this little short, shrimpy Godzilla, and he
Yeah.
blows little rings?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was like one of my favorites. And I remember at the very end of that movie, the human Japanese people are waving goodbye to Godzilla and baby Godzilla, and it's starting to snow, and they're going into like hibernation, and they're clutching each other on the island. And I just I remember I think I actually cried when I was a kid watching that scene.
I remember that, dude. I remember that. Oh my gosh, I'm having a flashback while you're talking about it.
Who is your favorite Godzilla villain?
You know, for the longest time, it was that slime one that kind of yeah, because his eyes were
Smog Monster.
The Smog Monster. Yeah.
Yeah,
like Mothra is always like super popular because it's Mothra. Mechagodzilla and like the Smog dude was they stick out in my head.
I was a big Ghidorah fan. The three-headed.
Oh yeah.
The three-headed dragon that breathes fire. I like that guy a lot.
If you ask Kat which one is one of her favorites, she'll probably tell you that one, like Ghidorah. She likes the three heads.
Yeah.
With the big wings and all that. Yeah.
I don't know if I saw Godzilla versus Kong. Hey, Jim O'Reilly's in the house. Hey, Jim. So yeah, Jim is a great sculpturist, by the way. I don't think he's done anything for mass production, but if you look at his Twitter feed or his Facebook posts, Jim, you do some amazing sculptures. He's done like Spawn, and we're talking like a couple feet high, really, really intricate.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I've always wanted to learn how to sculpt. It's been one of my things, but you got to take some real time to do it. So in the meantime, I will continue admiring.
I bet you'd be good at. I think you'd pick it up in a flash. So Nicholas says he likes Anguirus. I think Anguirus was kind of the short one with kind of the armadillo type back.
Yeah. Jim, make a Nera for Bill.
So we're going to have a trivia question based on what Bill is drawing. And if you guys, the first person to get it right in the YouTube chat will win this beautiful drawing of Godzilla that Bill's meticulously drawing right now. And Jim says, I have no idea of what I'm doing, so if I can do it, you can. I think you know what you're doing. I don't know where you train, Jim, but you're, I tell you, you'll be blown away, Bill. The things that he's done. And by the way, Jim is one of our veterans from Beardzerker. He drew the famous Bill and Ted alternate cover that we did.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And Jim is also I don't know if he's still currently drawing for Topps, but you did some Topps cards, right? Some original like sketch cards and stuff.
You're asking Jim or are you asking me?
No, I'm asking you because I think.
Oh, asking me? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've worked for the two or three bigger card companies that like for Topps and for Upper Deck, and so I was lucky to get on a few of those sets. Yeah. I think Jim was one of those guys that drew like Star Wars sketch cards and Walking Dead, and Jim can list the other things that he's done, but he's Yeah, I could never
Pretty
get on a
talented.
walking. I got on a Star Wars set. I did a Star Wars Masterworks, and that was a lot of fun. I couldn't really do the. There's certain sets like The Walking Dead and like Lord of the Rings that they really depend on you being able to capture like a portrait likeness of the character, you know, and
Yeah.
and portraits aren't really my bag. You know, I could
Do
do.
they say we need like X amount of cards by this date, and they give you the sketch cards to draw on? Is that how it works?
Yeah. They give you the sketch cards. They give you a choice, or at least most of the projects they give you a choice of how many cards you're willing to commit to, so that way you don't overcommit yourself to too many, whatever your schedule happens to be. You know, so it's like,
So
oh,
how
you know,
many
if you're gonna do 20 cards, you're gonna do 40 cards. You know, some people do like an insane number of cards.
how many did you do?
For most projects nowadays, if I take on like I'm doing a project right now, and unfortunately I can't tell you which one it's for. Um, but it's for some kind of animated thing that we used
Hmm.
to watch from the 60s. But anyways, it's for an animated thing, and they gave me a choice of how many to draw, and I think I chose 40
Mhm.
cards. But
And
there are
have you
but
ever
there are
looked
people
up
that.
like how have you ever looked up how much your cards go for, like on the collectible market, once like on eBay or anything?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm always looking to see what, you always have to check, because I don't. It's the only way I learn how to. The market is, I would love to price myself uh,
Yeah.
to what I think things are worth, but it's never up to me. It's always up to the market. So depending on what people are actually, the market decides what your.
What what's the most you've seen like one of your art cards go for? Like
Um,
sec, secondary market. Do you recall?
I think an average is like, 60, 80, 120, somewhere in that ballpark.
Nice.
Um, I've had pieces that go for a bit more, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Are they color or pencil or black and white, or what are
They're
they?
always full color. I do a lot of everybody uses like different media. Watercolor, acrylics, markers. I tend to use Copic markers more often than anything else. I might touch it up with
Yeah.
acrylic or with airbrush or something like that, but it's mostly like Copic markers and ink.
Hey Bill, is Godzilla wearing like a bikini top?
I'm gonna put a polka dotted bikini top on him.
So
I'm
Jim
gonna give him
says,
give him
yeah,
like
he
a
worked
pot
on
belly.
Jim says my best set was Masterworks, where I got to wood burn a giant puzzle set, but Tops messed up the insertion, so some went out, some didn't.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, but those cards, I'm really glad that they caught on, because like it's like it's a whole subset, it's a whole category of artwork that you can do for people.
Hmm.
And then I print my own house cards for especially for like shows and stuff, but I do them as commissions from home too. But there's lots of people that'll go to a show, and I include myself among them. Sometimes I don't have $400 to spend, or however much money it costs to get an artist that I like to draw something for me, right? But you can afford possibly a sketch card, because it's so small, and you can only do but so much on it. So it's like it makes it like a little affordable
Yeah.
category, if you want to collect original art from somebody. Brian, how you doing, dude? My good friend Brian. I met Brian out in San Diego. We've been friends for such a long time, dude.
Hey
Bill, you've done
Brian,
some
nice to
amazing
meet you.
portraits. Don't undersell yourself. Thanks, dude. I do my best, but it's since my portraits are like hit and miss. Like I always tell people that it's not in my wheelhouse, just to kind of like just to give myself a little buffer. I think just to kind of play it safe. But yeah, I appreciate that. That makes me happy that you're out there watching, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here, dude. I see Jim. That's what you just read from Jim.
Yeah,
it's a girdle.
Oh my god.
Oh man, do I need to put some polka dots? I'll draw him with some shorts on, holding a drink.
It's Girdzilla.
Girdzilla.
Jim has to take off. Jim, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Thanks so much, dude. He gave Godzilla an over-the-shoulder boulder holder. Oh man!
Are you done with it, Bill, or should I ask the question? You still got a little time.
Now, let me put a little shading here so it doesn't look like I drew his man boobs hanging out.
Oh my gosh!
But before I end up drawing a little hat on him or something, here we go. Let me do a little border action here. All right, I'll let Don take over the question portion.
Okay, studio audience, this is a Godzilla trivia question. So we'll base it. I guess we have some people looking on Facebook, and well, I guess maybe just Jim was, and he's gone now. I think everybody else is on YouTube. So I guess it'll be whoever responds in the YouTube chat first. Whoever answers this trivia question will get this beautiful original Bill Mouse Godzilla sent to them. And here is the question, my friends. In the 1956 Godzilla movie called Godzilla King of the Monsters, who was the famous American actor who was in that movie? Who was the famous American actor who was in the original Godzilla 1956 movie, King of the Monsters?
You can do it. You can
do it. I bet they're all looking it up on Google. You didn't know what it was.
I didn't.
But, I'll give you guys a hint. He also played on the TV show Ironside, which was about I think it was about a lawyer in a wheelchair. Did you remember that show, Bill?
That's Ironside? Vague. That's a vague memory. That's a vague memory. What do you think of what do you think of this?
Oh my gosh. Raymond Butt. No, Ken, it's not Raymond Butt. Oh, Raymond Burr, yes.
Ken is the winner. Let me get a little post-it note because I got to write down that this one belongs to Ken. Good job, Ken, dude.
Ken,
everybody congratulate Ken. Ken is the winner.
Did you have to Google it, Ken, or did you know it off the top of your head? Let him answer. But
my Mighty Geek is like, no, I knew it. It was Raymond
second
Burr.
place. Second place gets a no prize.
Gets a no prize.
Oh, that's great. That's an awesome Godzilla, man.
Ken, I love you won.
Good job, Ken. Well,
switch back over here to Billview.
Billview. You just whipped that thing out. It was just so easy for Bill. You're amazing, man.
I draw Godzilla.
Well, congratulations, guys.
Don actually had to remind me that I have an art auction coming up. I think it's, what day is it? What day?
Today is the.
Here we go.
I think it's on the 13th.
It's on the 13th. Yep, exactly. It's on the 13th. If you go to, I'm assuming that the hashtag will work wherever, but I know that it works probably best over on Twitter because that's where Red Valkyrie is at and collecting. Yep. So if you do the hashtag, the Red Valkyrie Underground Art Auction, you'll be able to see a bunch of artwork. And plus, if you just go to my Bill Mouse Art page out there also. But but I would be remiss if I did not tell you to go to beardzerker.com.
Yes.
And please, if you haven't picked up a copy of Beard Zerker, I think you need to. I think because you know what month this is, right, Don? It's my birthday month. It's
your birthday month.
This is my birthday month. I mean, it's not till the end of the month, so I tell Kat. I just want Kat to buy me stuff all month, so I tell her that it's my birthday month. So
what day is it tribute.
On? My birthday is actually on the 26th.
The 26th. I got to write this down here. Bill, January. And how old will you be, if you can say?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be 54 years old.
54. Woo! Awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, Beard Zerker's still out there, guys. It's our Keanu Reeves parody full color book, 32 pages by Bill and colored by Kat. And it's a lot of fun. It's just kind of one of those tour de farces.
You see that? I played it before. For some reason, I kind of forgot that I played my big screen to show Don Chin.
Wow. Too cool.
In 3D.
In 3D. I got my Beard Zerker shirt on just for you.
See, there you go. It's my IMAX version of Don Chin.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on a drive-in movie screen. Do they still have drive-ins in Virginia Beach, Bill, or not?
There was one drive-in. There's a drive-in that's still left in San Diego that I know about. That's actually in that National City area that I was telling you about, just south of downtown. That's the last one that I know about from places that I've lived. There was one drive-in here. It's about like 20 minutes from my house. And they turned it into condos. They took that all out, and
we don't have any here anymore. It's like an RV park now, or RV sales center.
Yep.
Did you used to sneak into those with your friends, like hide in the trunk, or?
No, I never did. We used to. I think as close as I got to that was because honestly, it was this one road. Because when it was actually still operational. I was still in high school. I was a young punk. Hey, thanks, Brian. One more year, and you can order from the senior menu. Nice, happy early birthday. Thanks, brother. You're the best, man. But anyways, there was this one road that we always used to take to church on Sundays. And, my parents, we went to this one church where they always did like a morning service. And then we always did a nighttime service. So on the way back from that nighttime service, I just remember the memory of always driving past that drive-in, because like the screens are like right next to the road. I mean, it's like, it was huge. Yeah. So I felt like I was getting away with something. It's like,
so you never went to one, or
I got to see one. Huh? No, I never actually went to one. I always saw them from a distance, and I always saw them on the horizon, from the car, from the road.
Yeah.
But I feel like I missed out on something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad. Maybe they'll make a comeback someday.
The Santee, Kevin says the Santee drive-in, just closed on Monday. Holy crap. We were just talking about you. Like they knew we were going to bring it up. Yeah, drive-ins are super cool, man. It's just, we're going to close down because trucks don't have licenses.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I see. Kevin was watching my my Facebook page. I was complaining. I always complain, especially on January, birthday, whatever. But they always, like, Sideshow always shows something that it's like, no, don't show it to me this month. No, because like I don't want to spend my last dime on getting some statue.
Do you have any statues in your studio?
Yeah, I've got a couple. Some of them are gifts. Some of them I actually ponied up a little bit of money for. Some of them are barter for artwork, which I think was pretty cool.
Like what statues do you have?
I've got a really tall huntress statue that's back there. So it's like this tall. It's but she's really cool. Like just the pose that she's standing with the staff, and but I think an early piece that I remember getting paid like in barter for artwork. I got this Sideshow Collectibles Adam West Batman figure. It's like a 1/6 scale. And it's
Yeah.
like it's a piece of artwork. I mean, it's like the likeness on the face, like it looks like a real person. It's like it's
Wow.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I gotta have something, man. I'm getting older.
Mighty Geek says the drive-in was the perfect makeout spot. That's true.
It's true. It's true. For those of us that made it to a drive-in, I was never allowed in a drive-in. Let's see. Kevin says it's a drive-in, not a drive-through. Talking about those drunk drivers. Oh man. Well, Don, dude, it's been great hanging out with you. I would put up my stuff here for like contact information for the artwork, but I already know Ken's contact information. Ken, you're safe. Your artwork will be safe here with your other stuff. I'm glad that you won the piece. So man, it's like, and I'm glad that everybody else was here hanging out with us today. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And Steve Stern, get well soon.
Get well soon, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. And what else? Am I missing anything? There's a Kickstarter. We're actually planning on having a Kickstarter at the end of next month. So I'll just kind of like start talking about it. I'll probably have to start reaching out to people so we can get on live streams and get promoting. But we have a Nera X. Committed Comics has a Nera X Dark Seas #2 Kickstarter. And it's going to be at the very end of next month. So I'm hoping that everybody will jump on and support that. That'll be awesome. And other than that, Don, anything else?
Nope. I hope everybody's having a good start to their new year and stay safe. I think it's going to be crazy 2024.
Yeah, I think 2024 is going to be partially a circus, but partially good too. It's like I feel really good about the good parts coming. We're going to be building, but yeah, there's going to be half of it is going to be a little bit of a circus.
My wife and I have a bingo, like our bingo card of things that we think might happen, and one of them is what do we say here? We said banks collapse, which is probably not unheard of, but I think we said formal first contact with aliens.
Excellent. That's one of the things that needs to happen at this point.
Did you hear about the Miami Mall? I mean, all that controversy.
Yeah, I did. And the thing is, I have a hard time believing that people don't believe that it was over all like a bunch of teenagers basically just, with fireworks and causing
sticks.
Havoc. And
yeah.
I mean, because if you get more than it doesn't matter how old you are. If you have 500 of you, it could be scary.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's weird out there. It's like the government has already said, we have footage of unidentified flying objects and guys flying fighter planes that they can't explain this stuff. So who knows?
Dave, how you doing, my friend? My good friend Dave. He says, "How good could it be next to Mount Trashmore?" I live next to it. For those of you who don't know, because there are those of you who don't know, in Virginia Beach, they turned a large dump into a park, which of course sounds like the beginning of a Godzilla movie. Am I right? It's like that sounds like it would be.
The smog monster.
The smog monster. It's the Virginia Beach smog monster. So that's always a possibility.
Yeah, Mount Trashmore. Man. I kind of remember that when we lived over there.
Yeah. It's a landmark. It's a landmark place. It's actually a really nice park. But I wouldn't fish there.
No. Do you take Waffle there for walks, or?
I do, yeah. And I even when Kat was a kid, I used to take her there every day. They got a playground and the whole bit. We just don't go into the water. It's like you don't know what's underneath that park.
They actually have like water, like a lake, or?
Yeah, they got 2 huge lakes, and on one of the lakes, when I was a kid, they used to have paddle boats on that lake. Really? But I think I don't know if it was budget. I don't know if it was a city or if people were getting carried away or getting in trouble, but they got rid of the paddle boats. They have the pier. They built a brand new pier and everything out there. And
that could be a good movie concept.
It looks really nice.
Like they build on top of this this toxic
Uh-huh.
waste
With
dump,
every good
and then,
intention.
and then
They
people
had
go
a-
out there and there's some kind of weird Loch Nessie thing out there eating people.
Yeah. They actually had a problem. I think it was when I was in high school. They had a radio show, did some kind of stunt where they went out there and they were basically telling people that pressure was building up, methane was building up underneath the park, and it could cause an explosion or
Like a prank? It was like
it was a prank. It was a total prank. It was one of those morning shows, and I think they got in big trouble over it too because people really believed that it sounds plausible. And it's right in the middle of like this 80-year-old neighborhood, so it's like, let's grab your kids, we're leaving.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh geez.
Well,
all right, I never know how to say goodbye, so I will just I will wish everybody a good night. We'll be back again next week, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, Saturday we do the Weekly Mouse, and then Sunday we do the Zen Bounty Wars live stream. So hopefully you guys will show up and hang out with us, so that way we can have a couple of laughs and enjoy our time together. And Don, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hopefully I'll see you again next week. I'll bother
hopefully
you again.
Will.
All right, that's
Probably
good.
will. All right. See you, everyone.
Right. Everybody have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now.